and welcome to Sofrita. I'm your host Mayra, and today we will be talking about some issues that I've been having and what I decided to take to help me with these problems. Now, I'm not sure if you noticed in any of my previous videos, sometimes I can't remember certain words. My train of thought seems to be a little bit erratic, and it's like there's a bit of a lack of focus. Now, my husband will tell you that's because I should prepare better, but I know better. It's not about preparing. It's about basically what's been going on with me. So I'm gonna first do the typical YouTube disclaimer. I am not a doctor. You shouldn't be taking my advice. You should be going to seek your own personal practitioner and telling them your problems. Because what I'm going to tell you, for sure, I'm going to get, why didn't you go to the hospital? Because I don't have insurance. And because of that, I kind of Dr. Google anything and everything that I have wrong with myself. Because right now, if I would have gone to the hospital for these symptoms, I would have just walked out with a bill and the simplest of remedies. So I'm not going to say cure, remedies. So just heard something back there. So anyway, this is what has been happening with me. Besides lack of focus, I've been having a lot of pain. Pain in my jaw, pain in my neck, just radiating, aching, dull pains. My left arm, lots of pain. It's all the way down to my hand. And definitely was something that concerned me because, of course, you know, when you look up heart attacks in women, I'm checking all the boxes there. So that was one of the first things that I noticed. And like the jaw pain was on both sides. The back pain, it was keeping more to the left. And definitely wasn't feeling my best. Had a couple of times that I felt my heart racing, that it woke me up in the middle of the night. Twice I had kind of a ache or a pain in what seemed to be in my heart. So the more I keep saying this, because I've thought about it, and my thought was, I would have told someone to go to the hospital. I used my Apple Watch to check to see if I was having any, arterial fibrillation, and it was like, nah, girl, you're all right. So I was like, well, if my Apple Watch says so. But also some symptoms I've had were, being lethargic, very tired, even after it could be 10 hours of sleep. Heck, it could be 12 hours of sleep. And I just was very tired all the time. Coffee didn't do it. I have taken like no-dose and things like that to try, not very much or very often, it's just one of those things. But always tired, always trying to search for words, just thinking. Like my husband, he constantly asks, hey, what are you thinking? And my brain was all over the place. Now, I have in my family a history of diabetes, hypertension, and also dementia. Now, with that being said, it really felt like I had like the beginnings of dementia. But for it just starting, it was going downhill. And when I say just starting, I've had like forgetful thoughts, because I just assumed. I have a 8-year-old son, and in the beginning, my thought was it must just be because, he's little. And so little by little for years, like I've just had, distracted thinking and, forgetfulness and concentration being very poor. And typically I'm pretty focused, and like I like to do a lot of creative work, and I haven't been able to do that. Like, it's just been one of those times where, or for years now, that it's been very difficult for me to be able to concentrate and speak effectively. And just pulling words out of the air, which I would sit there and be like, I don't know how to say that. And it could be something as simple as bread. And it's like, why am I forgetting simple words? What is that? So I started to kind of like freak out a little bit, stressing, definitely. But yeah, so lack of focus, tired all the time, constipation. Like my thought was, after I had my son, my thought was, I'm just constipated all the time. Must just be something that got bumped out of whack. And I've done diets and I've done tons of fiber and all that jazz, and nothing's ever helped. You know, the thinning hair, I definitely noticed that even before I started doing fasting, I was losing more hair that I was comfortable with. And I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm getting older. What are you going to do? You know, and then of course, after I did like that 40-day like water fast, and I think I spoke about that before. There definitely, no, I don't think I have. I don't think I posted that video. Anyway, there was a lot after 2 months after I had finished that 40-ish day water fast. I noticed a lot of shedding. It's not hair falling out like normal. It was shedding. Just, you could just feel it just tumbling off your shoulders. It was horrible. So that's another thing. Yes, slow thinking, muscle weakness, periods. My God. I've taken pretty much everything. There's a product that I love, which is called Lydia Pinkham, which I'll put, you know, in the description box below. Fantastic product. I've been using it since I was probably 13. That's when I guess I started my period. I know, TMI, but who cares? Yeah, slower heart rate was another situation that I had. Sore throats, like in the mornings, like always kind of waking up with a sore throat, just for no reason, not sick, no fever. But yeah, I want to say that seems about everything besides trying to lose weight, just having a difficult time, no matter what kind of diet or lifestyle change I've done. It's like, unless I'm, excuse me, unless I am completely starving myself, I'm not losing weight. And that's where that 40-day diet came in, or 40-day fast, that I was like, you know, I got to the point of, I just need to see if I could do it, if I can lose weight. And I did take off a nice chunk of weight, and I have not gained it all back and stuff like that. I think I gained back 10 pounds. And I'm happy that it's just been 10 pounds, because that's like with water and, you know, what's in your system and whatever. And I have been working out a little bit, but even with the working out, not really losing much, and still being on a ketogenic diet, not losing much of weight. So I was trying to figure out what could possibly be my problem. And it just got to a point that you know, thinking and feeling that one, I'm losing my mind. Literally thought I was losing my mind. I was guided to looking into my diet and supplements. And when I say guided, it's I'm spiritual. Let's say that. And so I basically just went through and started trying to figure out what was my problem. And as I said, I was guided to try iodine, or to check out iodine. And I looked up iodine deficiency. This was, now I've been deficient in iodine before, but I've been self-diagnosed. And for whatever reason, I was being led to checking out for iodine. So I did this test. It's a home test that you could do to see if you're deficient in iodine. What you do is you take let's see if you can see it still. I don't know. Right here, I put a 3" by 3" square of iodine, and I slather it on pretty thick. And they say that if it absorbs into your body within 24 hours, then you're deficient. And my thought was, that seems pretty simple. I have iodine. Well, I'm going to check it out. I put it on right before I went to bed at midnight. And I think it might have been 12:30. I woke up the next day at about 7:30, and I think I checked it like about 8. So 8 hours later, I looked and I couldn't find the spot where I had placed the iodine. And I was like, okay, well, that means I'm deficient in iodine. So knowing that I've self-diagnosed myself before and I've tried iodine before, but I did the recommended daily dose that it says. I'm about to grab the bottle. This is what I use. It's called Life Extension C iodine, and it's 1,000 micrograms. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know if this helps. I don't know if I should get closer. Hopefully that's good enough. So it says to take 1 serving of this, and that should be it. I love getting old because I wear my glasses so I can read the paper, and now I have to go like this so I can read the bottle. So yeah, complex organic kelp and bladderwrack extracts, potassium iodine. Yeah, so that's what's in this bottle. And I have bladderwrack here. I have the natural herb. I didn't know that would help. Anyway, so I took 2. I decided to take 2. I do not recommend that you do this unless you have, you've gotten your blood work done. You obviously, if you've gotten your blood work done, you're going to a doctor and they're going to be able to tell you this. Now, I've gotten my blood work done before, and never have my doctors ever told me that I was low in anything. It's like, yep, you look good. And I tell them about my, lethargy and, I'm not focused, and all the symptoms I've had for such a long time. Now, understand, those serious symptoms have happened, like, I guess within the last month or 2. That's why I haven't been putting out, many videos, because it just got to the point that it was like very difficult to have a conversation. Typically by this point, I'm like, yeah, I can't remember. And I'm telling you things that I should have known and I had in my head just a second ago, and I can't remember it. And it's just like the words would just slip right out. So after taking the 2 capsules, I took it, drank it with some coffee because I'm a coffee drinker, and I have been weaning myself off of coffee. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna, I can't take pills on an empty stomach. Very sensitive tummy here. Sensitive, but constipated. Like, it's like the worst. It's like, yeah, certain things will just make me feel horrible. So I took the 2 pills, and I want to say within 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half, it was like really like kind of like those Drano commercials where it's that clog, and all of a sudden you just know something's working because you can see the water level kind of going down like in a bathtub, and all of a sudden it's just clear. It was like NZT. For whatever reason, I never can remember that. And if you don't know what NZT is, it's from a movie called Limitless, where this guy takes this clear pill, pops it in his mouth, and he can access like 100% of his brain. That's what I felt like. I felt like brand new. Like, I felt so clear that I wanted to do a lot of stuff that day. Like, usually my husband and I, we go for a walk. And it's like almost 2 miles, I want to say, 1.5 miles, 2 miles. And I was like, we should go. And my husband was like, whoa, why don't you just allow this to absorb? Why don't you try to take a nap? Just so it can absorb, because when your body's at rest, it's like you're resetting, you're cleansing your brain, and your body heals itself and is trying to fix everything it can while you're asleep. I just couldn't. I just had what felt like boundless energy. And I'm just sitting there just thinking about how much time I've wasted with this foggy thinking. When you can't think properly, you're not motivated to do anything because you can't think of anything to do. You could see, yeah, got to do laundry, have to do this, should take care of that. You just can't focus enough to get yourself to do it. And so there's a slight bit of depression there because, you know, I know the things that I want to do in my life, and I know that there are certain things that I have accomplished that I have not finished. And this slow moving train has been happening, that it's just going downhill and with no brakes. Very bad. So I took those 2 pills, and it was like a fog lifted. The Drano cleared out the pipes, felt great. Woke up the next morning, took, again, the 2 pills. We went for a walk. The walk felt effortless. I just felt like I could actually talk while walking, which I typically don't do. My husband, on the other hand, he talks and he wants to chit chat, and I'm like, really? Are you still talking? I just can't do it. It's just hard for me. And I guess that's another side effect, is like not being able to take deep breaths. I took those pills, those 2 pills, and I have a little bit of video that I did. I was going to do a walking like montage of me exercising with this new pill and feeling great. And the audio sucked. But I was like, the whole entire way, back and forth, I was talking to the camera, and I felt fantastic. And I still feel fantastic. I feel normal. Like, when I say normal, I mean like when I was in high school and I used to do cheerleading and basketball practice and softball practice, and then run home afterwards. It was like, I felt like that again. And so, you know, I'm 46. And me feeling like I did when I was 13, 14, 15, 16, I felt fantastic. It was like a buzz, like nothing. It's fantastic. Now, I'm not saying that if you're having all those pains that I was having, those heart issues, the anxiety and all this other stuff, that, oh, just take some iodine. However, if you do talk to your practitioner, you know, and you find out that your iodine's low, and like me, I don't eat a lot of fish, and I don't like seaweed and things like that. It's not in me to eat it, even though I am going to start trying to get myself acclimated to making, like, you know, California rolls and stuff. Like, I got to do something to get the natural iodine into my system, because taking these pills, although so amazingly great, I do like to get the natural stuff. Now, I'm just here to tell you, go to your doctor if you're having any pains. However, for someone like me, who does not have the ability to do that, I was able to find like relief from pretty much everything that I described. Now, I'm not saying that I've all of a sudden like, oh, all that weight just fell off, because it's just been days. But I even did the iodine test today, and you're going to see pictures floating around somewhere showing what I did. And every 15 minutes, I took a picture. So that'll give you a timestamp. I don't know how many pictures I took, but it's from 4 to 6 or maybe 8, not sure. Whole point is I slathered it on nice and thick, and this is where it was. You can kind of see like a little bit of staining. Not sure if you could see that, but that's where I put the iodine, and it absorbed it within a couple of hours. So it's pretty much gone. So I'm not going to up the iodine, because I kind of feel comfortable with the 2 pills. I feel really good. You know, like if all of a sudden I knew like I could be like Neo from the Matrix or something like that, and, you know, I'd take that extra pill. But right now, I'm fine. I do know that I am going to need to start getting more. I don't want to do white salt, because I don't. Iodized salt, I guess they call it table salt. I always use pink Himalayan sea salt. Have for years. And I drink bottled water, and all the things that I'm telling you, and I don't eat seafood. All those things contribute to iodine deficiency. You don't eat a lot of fish, you drink bottled water, and, you know, there you go. It's the making for little by little, you just start to notice that your life is kind of like slipping away. And that was quite terrifying. Like I suffered through this because, you know, crying to myself thinking, holy crap, you know, you don't seem like you're able to get yourself out of this hole, was terrifying. Very, very scary. So I do hope that if you're able to get your blood work done, you know, I would definitely recommend doing that. I personally took this route and I'm so thankful I did. The pain in my jaw and my arm just went away. I'm focused. I feel good. I got energy. Like typically I'd at least want to fall asleep during a day, you know, like even when I haven't had the best sleep. Like today would have definitely been one of those days that I would have been like, yeah, I'm going to need to take a nap. Nothing. You know, I feel freaking-tastic. So I hope this video helps. And if anything, it tells you what to do. It's not meant to guide you to do anything. Remember that. However, you know, it's up to you how you choose to treat your body. Definitely whole foods. I'm still kind of weighing what I want to do as far as like lifestyle change, as far as like eating, because keto, it was working for a little. It's definitely, I haven't gotten any bigger, but I'm trying to get a hell of a lot smaller. And I have like 70 pounds that I need to get rid of. And doing a water fast isn't what's going to do that, because I don't think I can lose any more hair. Like it seems like there's a lot up here, and there is, because it's super freaking long. I just don't want to lose the rest of it to a super fast, you know? So I'm definitely looking into a couple of, well, definitely kind of looking into carnivore diet, but it hurts me because I do like fruit and I do like vegetables, and I know that you can't have that. And I know that if I could just do a carnivore diet for however long it takes me to lose the weight, and then I can reintroduce those fruits and vegetables into my system, you know, starting with berries, because obviously lower glycemic index. And then I think that would be great. But right now, I don't know what I'm going to do. But whatever it is, you'll be the ones to know, because if I start trimming down, and you never know, if this actually does something and it works, and it just opens up, because it definitely has given my metabolism a kick in the butt, because typically I feel run down all the time, and now I don't. So if this starts to work, I'll let you guys know. Or, you know, I'll probably post it on our Facebook page, because I don't think you need an entire video to go, hey, iodine pills seem to be helping me lose weight, yay. But at this point, it's been like 3 days, maybe 3 or 4 days since I started. So, okay, this time for real. If you liked what you've seen today, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button for future episodes that will be coming, and I will see you later. Bye.
Shake it, don't break it.